This submarine missing thing might be one of the dumbest series of events I have ever seen in my entire life, okay? There's a couple primary problems with this. First, it's a private submarine company that offers tickets for $250,000 to go on this submarine expedition to go visit the Titanic, which is like 25,000 feet under the Atlantic Ocean, okay? And you might be saying, wow, that's insane. Wow, that's so worth it. I would pay $25,000 or $125,000 to go down in this literal, like, capsule. Like, I'm not even kidding. It is so small. You are fucking joking if you think that I am gonna be willingly getting in this. Are you kidding me? 5 people, okay? 5 people. Okay, there's a couple things you need to understand about this. One, this entire thing, there's a camera on it that leads to this screen. The entire submarine is controlled by a remote controller.
Oh my gosh.
The ballast lines are pipes from a hardware store. It is like apparently really jerry-rigged, set up together, like it is put together with like Home Depot stuff. So and the other thing is the capsule only opens from the outside with 17 bolts. So even if they float to the top, they can't get out. 17 bolts, so they still die if they're at the surface, okay? The dumbest part about this entire thing is that it's $125,000 to sit in a pressurized pop can just to see the Titanic through a screen. You don't even see it out of a window. You see it through a screen. I could watch a YouTube video of the Titanic inside my bathroom with the lights off and would have the literally exact same experience as the people down there.
We can put any image we want in the back. We've taken a completely...
It's rich people that like to do dumb shit like this. Yeah, so we've taken a new approach to submarines, actually. So instead of driving them with controls, we figured a Logitech gaming controller with, you know, some big joysticks will do. Hey, it'll do. And then actually the other approach we're taking is not surfacing the submarine. Nobody asked for this. Why would you want the submarine controller to only be qualified to drive the submarine if it's on an Xbox controller? Hello? Like, that's like, ooh, yeah, we've actually taken a whole new approach to flying an airplane. We put the entire thing on a trackpad. Yeah. So you just swipe whichever way you want the plane to go. You just swipe down, you swipe down, swipe, you know, you pull up, you scroll up. Like, just because it's more simple does not mean it's better.
New approach to the sub design, and it's all run with this game controller and these touch screens. So if you want to go...
This green button is the only button. This turns on, this is the sub button. This gets everything going in the sub, is this one button. That's an up button for a fucking elevator. They jerry-rigged into there.
If you want to go back, you go back, turn left, turn right, go down, go up.
And if you accidentally press B 3 times in a row, the sub fucking implodes and you go missing. This is, and by the way, I'm saying all this shit, this is literally the worst way to die. If they did not implode, which hopefully they did, sitting in this fucking tin can, knowing that no one's gonna fucking find you and you're not gonna survive is literally the worst thing ever. However, you spent $125,000 to go in a submarine that has not been approved by any official organization, and you're sitting in here with some geriatric old white dude who thinks he can drive a submarine from a Logitech controller. You're gonna go fucking missing.
And it's Bluetooth, so I can hand it to anybody, and it's meant for a 16-year-old to throw it around.
And that's why it doesn't come up. He chucked that thing and it broke, and that's why they're down there.
And it's meant for a 16-year-old to throw it around, and super durable. We keep a couple of spares on board just in case.
Could you imagine that they're not actually lost? They just don't know how to repair a Bluetooth controller. It's impairing. No, hold on. No. Hold on. It's the lights flashing on there. Noah, there are people under the sea fighting for their lives. Here's the truth about the whole situation. And I've watched videos from people. The news loves stories like this, but I watched the main guy, the guy who owns it and who clearly doesn't seem to care. He's like, they're dead. It has 7 ways to resurface. I remember him saying this. He says there's 7 ways for this thing to resurface. And if it's not on the surface right now, it would have imploded. And he's like, they're not sitting down there. But the news wants to be like, Day 3, hey, we sent a sniffer dog out with its floaties on. It's gonna find it. They're just out of news. They love continuing stories like this because people check back in. The best part is, dude, in 10 years, you're gonna be able to take a submarine down to go see the submarine next to the Titanic. That's gonna be part 2 of the tours. Okay, I'm not a submarineologist, clearly. Tie a fucking rope to it. Okay? Noah, they're down 12,000 feet. Dude, I can literally buy 12,000 feet of rope, twisted manila rope for $725. But no, you can't tell me, okay, if this is 1,000, okay, this is, how many feet? 1,000 feet of rope, okay? 12 of these, and we're fine. No, but like 12 of these, and they just put a carabiner, okay? And they just tie a rope to it, because they're not going in and around shit. They're not doing an obstacle course. They're going down and they're coming up. A rope. Because they're like, yeah, so we kind of lose contact with it every now and then because it's a bit spotty on the way down. But what? Sorry, excuse me. You lose contact with the submarine. So this was fucking bound to happen. And the news is there, and they're just standing there like this. They love this shit, right? Once you realize the news needs to make a story out of anything. We're on day 9. We're on day 9 of the hunt here. They ran out of food and water and air 4 days ago, but hey, we got a new helicopter in, and they're gonna find it. It's like the Malaysia shit. Remember when that plane went missing, and the news for 4 months was talking about it? And I'm like, hey. Unless they're filming season 48 of Lost right now, I don't really know what we're looking for. Like
things that are called rusticles are actually the byproduct of a bacteria that eats the iron. And as it does that, these decks are collapsing. The promenade deck continues to collapse forward. We saw some of the railing is starting to lose its structural strength, which is really a sad thing. That's when it's going to stop looking like the Titanic.
Wholly out of touch. Yeah, man, it's really sad that the Titanic is deteriorating at the bottom of the ocean after like 100 years of being down there. That's the most upsetting thing that's ever happened to the Titanic. That the railing is rusting in salt water and deteriorating after 100 years. If I had to think about top 10 saddest things that have ever happened to the Titanic, I'd probably say, yeah, those railings rusting underwater. Like, dude, shit fucking hit an iceberg, cracked in half. We lost Jack and Jill up the hill. Like, you think, like, yeah, man, it's just, we spent $250,000 per trip to go down there. And gosh, the railings. I mean, maybe they're fixing the railings down there, you know? Maybe they're fixing the railings. I'm really not trying to make light of this. It is really sad. Losing people to accidents like this is really sad.
The interest in the Titanic is the reason we go there, because people are willing to fund this kind of exploration and science, and that gives a completely different research component that almost nowhere else in the deep ocean can you get funding to go back every year for decades.
Yeah, and you know what else got a lot of funding from a lot of really rich people and then ended up fucking sinking?